to you, Sagittarius out there. So you have the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and you, Sagittarius, actually have the Eight of Swords. So let me see here. So, okay. So for you, Sagittarius, right, the Page of Pentacles speaks to a little bit of a development that has begun to happen with you, Sagittarius, okay? Is actually you, Sagittarius, being harder for you to be tricked, okay? A lot of you, Sagittarius, are asking way more questions, you know, than what it is that you used to. And because of that, it's getting more difficult for people to just come through and easily pull the wool over your eyes and pull a fast one on you, right? And a lot of you, Sagittarius, are kind of proud of that, you know? The Knight of Swords and the Eight of Swords, you're finding out that those people don't really have your best interest in mind the way that they make it seem like they do at first. It just seems like they're interested in you. But then the Eight of Swords, you end up asking them a couple of questions, finding out a little bit more about them, hanging out with them, and then you find out that they're not really for you. They're actually hanging out with you because you look good and they're trying to stand next to you, you know what I'm saying? You know. So a lot of you, the fire signs be looking good, okay? Fire signs be looking good. There's some Sagittarius that I look at and I'm like, I just want to get close to that. Like Miley Cyrus. I think Miley Cyrus is fine. Who else? Another Sagittarius. Scarlett. I've been having a crush on Scarlett Johansson, who's a Sagittarius since Home Alone 3. You understand what I'm saying? Since I was coming up, she was coming up. She was older than me, right? A little bit, not like 10 years, but a couple of years. Oh my gosh. Always been in love with Scarlett Johansson since I was young. Real talk. I could have imagined waking up to that every day. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Look, the point is that I'm making is the Six of Wands and the Ace of Swords. You, Sagittarius, and there's a lot less drama to go along with it, right? There's much more being able to move forward without the excessive ruminating, feeling like you have to get back at them, going through a time where you learn to forgive them, only for you to do the same thing over and over and over again, where you feel like the person played games with you, wasted your time, and now you feel like you got to get back together with them and you do it all over again. The Ace of Swords, your minds are a lot more sharp. You're able to let go. There's a lot less pain. There's still some pain, obviously. You're still alive. You're still a noun. But there's a lot less pain because you, Sagittarius, aren't as freaked out or psychologically freaked out with the idea that, people are going to try to pull a fast one on you, because a lot of times, they may just be in lust, right? They may just want your body, not really finding out a little bit about who you are, what it is that you stand for, right? A lot, Sagittarius, y'all rule for y'all, Sagittarius, just like Libra, actually rules equity in relationships, right? Equity. Yeah. Sagittarius and Libra rules equity. Things needing to be equal opportunity. So when you, Sagittarius, are in a relationship, y'all want equity. Y'all want equity. If the person whom you're dating can go out and hang out, you should be able to go out and hang out too. So, a person, any cross watchers who are not Sagittarius, who are trying to understand Sagittarius, just know when it comes to Sagittarius, you will have to learn to be equitable, okay? None of the intellectually dishonest stuff. What's good for the, like most of the things when it comes to dating a Sagittarius, what's good for the goose, what's good for you will have to be good for them as well. So if you can do it, they can do it too. Okay. Now the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Cups now, right? Okay. The 10 of Wands and the 5 of Cups is also about you Sagittarius being a lot less affected when they tell you that they're gonna leave. You Sagittarius are like, okay, which is getting a lot of people confused because they don't actually take you seriously at first, and then when you keep saying it, and then you're like, okay, and then they do it, and then you just don't return, and you begin living, you just move on with the rest of your life. It's confusing a lot of people. And the reason why is because you Sagittarius, a lot of y'all are focused. Like I said before, they could only take advantage of the fact that you Sagittarius were distracted. Now that you Sagittarius are not distracted with, the glitz and the glamour and distracted with the things that people say, but you're also watching what it is that they do as well. It's harder for people to pull a fast one on you. It's harder for people to run game on you. It's much harder now because now, like I said, you're listening to what they have to say, right? You're listening to what they have to say, not just what they make it seem like, but you're listening in to hear if there's any kind of intellectual dishonesty, right, that they're talking about, right? Which is a huge problem, by the way. That's a huge writing on the wall to get out, that they have some intellectual dishonesties about them, right? And it's a lot, or more than a couple, right? Everyone has some intellectual dishonesty, but it's about learning how to be more consistent in a way that gets rid of that intellectual dishonesty. So you're listening to the intellectual dishonesty, and you're also watching what it is that they're doing. So again, track record. So now it's like, okay, if you saying that you really serious like this, are you really serious? And the thing is that the 10 of Wands is about you coming to find out that only people who have really worked things out with themselves can really deal with you Sagittarius. And that's true. There was a point in time, like I said before, I found it hard to be around Sagittarius because even though I had Sagittarius friends, I didn't like the over rambunctiousness about Sagittarius. You know what I mean? That was until learned more about the zodiac signs, and I lived life more, and I gained more experience, and I just, over the years, like I said before, I learned to stop trying to control people, and I stopped trying to control like holding on to people and holding on to things, you know what I mean? Like physical things or ideas that keep me stuck. And what I'm really asking myself is it that I really don't is it that I don't get along with Sagittarius because the Sagittarius really trespasses against me? Or is it that I don't get along with Sagittarius because they don't do what I want them to do? And it was because they don't do what it is that I wanted them to do at the time. But as I grew, I was like, okay, I don't really care if they don't do what it is I want them to do. You know what I mean? As long as they don't necessarily put me in danger, I'm cool with it, And I mean, that really puts them in as long as they don't lie, what I'm saying, put me in danger, any goofy stuff like that, I don't really care what it is that they do as far as how they are personality-wise. You know what I mean? I'm cool with it. The point that I'm trying to make here with that is the 5 of Cups and the High Priestess is about you being able to actually let go. And because you have this approach, the reason why I'm saying that, and this goes right back into how to understand the Sagittarius, right? And I don't necessarily know if I could if I've put this in that video, because I'm just constantly accumulating knowledge on the zodiac signs as time go on. Sagittarius can be obsessive. Yeah, you Sagittarius can be obsessive. Remember, y'all are after Scorpios. So y'all can be obsessive. So there's definitely a sense of you Sagittarius, like I said, learning how to let go of the obsessiveness that you Sagittarius have, and it's throwing people through a loop, right? See, you Sagittarius mistake love for obsession, obsession for love, meaning that people get you, right? People have gotten you in the past based upon getting you to ruminate or to overthink about them, right? By distracting you with them and by trying to get you obsessed, right? Which you mistake for real long-term attraction. What is attraction? I have to keep asking this question, because that's another piece that's a whole other piece of game that'll we'll have to get into. But what is attraction? Attraction in the modern day era isn't even really attraction. Attraction in the modern day era is about like getting the other person to be obsessed, getting the other person to be hooked on the pain of loss. And that's what attracts them back to the person again, right? Being a staple in a person's life and being there with them, being a staple in a person's life, and then doing what it is. Deciding for no good reason, no real reason to up and leave, because I gotta draw this person in and get this person attracted to me by getting them caught up and then pulling the rug from up underneath them. That's what most people consider attraction to be. It's nothing real. It's nothing real that is built over time from understanding. See, attraction, this is what I'm saying. Attraction is attraction or arousal based upon understanding. This is why I say that it's not a very good idea to judge so quickly within the first few seconds on whether or not you will allow this person to smash or not. Sometimes it really is a very good idea to wait. You know, understand that there is some initial arousal or attraction, but also it is also a very good idea to wait. You know, stop making extreme decisions. I'm not saying that you Sagittarius do it. I'm talking about in a general sense. That right there, that piece of game that I just dropped on y'all, that's a whole other animal. That is a whole other kettle of fish. That's a whole other layer of the rabbit hole. That is too long of game for me to put it in the video here right now. But anyway, the High Priestess represents how, and for you to move in silence, for you Sagittarius to be secretive, because you are creating the attraction by being secretive. When other people want to act like they big and they bad, you just go radio silent. When they start getting on like that, you just ghost gang, ghost nation. And you flip the script, but you're not going back to them though. The Nine of Pentacles and the Temperance, which is Sagittarius, right? Because you have way too much to do, okay? You Sagittarius have a life to live. And if the quality of your life is going to be to where you want it to be, you can't dedicate so much of your time towards dysfunctional people. You have to find the right one, or find one that's decent, one that you are aroused by, and build something with them. As far as the overall reading is concerned, this is more of what you Sagittarius have been going through. This is you know, you Sagittarius have been talking to some people, but no one really kind of strikes your fancy like that. But let's clarify. Let's clarify the Temperance. The High Priestess, Queen of Cups, Hermit, Six of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, High Priestess and the Queen of Wands. They're using the mystery method, right? Which is to disappear, come back, disappear, come back. The Queen of Cups, don't be fooled by it, right? People who are using that type of method, that's not really a good person to be in a relationship with, and that you should stay away from them. You know, move on to somebody else that actually, you know, wants to be around, right? Being there is a good thing. Dipping in and out of your life is not a very good thing. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Overall, a very good reading, right? Overall, a very good reading. It just means that you, Sagittarius, are just calling people's bluff. Peace.